Hi. I'm going to do a little work working through the activity that I had planned for yesterday that we didn't quite get to finish. That was asking, is a dog that weighs 30 pounds heavy? And of course the answer is, well, it depends on what kind of dog it is. If you are talking about a beagle, that might be heavy. If you're talking about a Bernese Mountain Dog, it's definitely not heavy. If you're talking about a Chihuahua, definitely heavy. How about a Cocker Spaniel? Maybe heavy. Okay, so we're going to take a look and we are going to see how we can decide how unusual it is to see a dog of 30 pounds in each of these populations. So among beagles, the average weight is 23 pounds. The standard deviation is 2 pounds. So we can calculate a z-score as a measure of sort of how unusual this value is. A z-score, remember, is calculated by taking the particular value that we're interested in, x, subtracting off the mean, and then dividing by the standard deviation. That's going to give us our z-score. So for the beagle, our particular weight is 30 pounds. So I'm going to take 30. I'm going to subtract the mean, 23. I'm going to divide that by the standard deviation. Sigma is 2. And that gives me a z-score of 3.5. So that's 3.5 standard deviations above the average weight for a beagle, which is actually quite a bit. So we're 3.5 standard deviations above the mean. And you can probably hear my dog whining in the background. Okay, how about for a Bernese Mountain Dog? Well, a Bernese Mountain Dog has a mean weight of 95 pounds, standard deviation of 7 pounds. So the z-score for Bernese Mountain Dog at 30 pounds, 30 minus 95 divided by 7 is negative 9.28. Now it's negative because 30 pounds is below average. So we can interpret this by saying that a 30-pound Bernese Mountain Dog would be 9.28 pounds, 9.28 standard deviations below the mean weight. And you can hear my Bernese Mountain Dog barking up a storm. Hold on. So the sign of the z-score tells you if the value is above or below the mean, and the magnitude of it tells you how extreme it is. So negative 9.28 means that we're 9.28 standard deviations below the mean, and that's a very extreme value, more extreme than 30 pounds would be for a beagle, which we kind of knew. Okay, how about a Chihuahua? The Chihuahua has an average weight of 4 pounds and a standard deviation of 1 pound. So the z-score for a 30-pound Chihuahua is going to be 30 minus the mean, 4, divided by standard deviation, 1 pound, 26 is the z-score. So for a Chihuahua, 30 pounds would be 26 standard deviations above average. That's even more extreme than it was for the Bernese Mountain Dog. And last, we're going to check out the Cocker Spaniel. The average weight of the Cocker Spaniel is 22 pounds with a standard deviation of 4 pounds. For a 30-pound Cocker Spaniel, the z-score is 30 minus the mean, 22 pounds, divided by 4 pounds, gives us a z-score of 2. So for a Cocker Spaniel that's 30 pounds would be 2 standard deviations above the mean. So this weight is the most extreme for the Chihuahua because the magnitude of this z-score, distance from 0, is the largest. So the Chihuahua, it would be the most extreme. The least extreme is going to be the smallest z-score, which in our case here, if we look at them, is the Cocker Spaniel. So it's interesting to note that for the Cocker Spaniel, the average weight is actually 22 pounds and the Beagle is 23 pounds. So the 23 pounds is actually closer to 30. But because there's a lot more variation in the weights of Cocker Spaniels, it would be less surprising to see a 30-pound Cocker Spaniel than a 30-pound Beagle. I hope this little video helps you finish up the homework and clarifies how we calculate and can use z-scores. Have a good day.